Okay, we are active. So, this is our second attempt at streaming for our Bold D&D club. Could we get a quick introduction and physical description of the four who are sitting around the adventurer's table in the tavern in our outpost today?
Which end are we starting at my end? Ooh, this is weird, I can see myself. I am, this is super awkward. Where am I even, okay. What was the original question?
You think you're gonna be okay, Diana?
No. It's been a long week.
Okay.
It's been a very long week. How do
Just a quick introduction to your character's name and what your character looks like, sitting at the table here.
My character is Uroroth. I haven't decided how to pronounce his last name. I am a Krakmar barbarian. I breathe fire and I enjoy showing off, and I want to open a tavern one day.
I am Ellie. My full name is Ellie Lynn Shenanigans because, as you can guess, I get into a lot of those. I'm a bard and I can look like whatever I choose to look like, but today, at the moment, I am a simple wood elf bard with a staff that has a rodent skull on it.
My character's name is Chloe. That's short for Clotar Ange de Vita, which is Life Angel, I guess. Is a high elf paladin, level 2. That's all I got.
Great. My character is Ulfgar. He's a dwarf and he's a monk, and he's a bald one.
A bald head?
Bald head, yeah, and with a very nice beard, not like messy, but very careful and
Braided
tight.
as well? Does he braid his beard as well to show it off, or oil it, or anything to take care of it?
He take care of it, yeah. And he's kind of quiet, not like very speak person, but he think everything is gonna be alright or whatever.
Okay. And as you're sitting at the table in the still not that old tavern, the table is still fairly makeshift. 2 barrels with planks of wood laid across it. The barmaid is serving other tables in the one main completed structure in the outpost, as you're discovering the continent of Varsolaris. She comes to your table and is looking pretty excited and is saying, "So, I hear and I understand that there's another expedition going out today. Is that right?"
Indeed, there is.
Oh, fantastic! Where will you be going?
We go in search of pigs.
Pigs?
Pigs.
Like for food for us? Are you thinking, or?
Well, possibly.
Yeah.
This might be a good plan.
Well,
Food is good. Any
Yeah,
objections?
I think it's good.
Yeah, well,
Go search for the
Yeah, the
we
pigs.
were pretty limited on the domestic animals that we could bring across with us on the boat. So if you can get a reliable food source. Oh, my dad is like the sausages and the meats that he used to make back home. Oh, if we could get something like that started out here. Is there anything that you need for your outing today? Is there anything that we can be doing here back here at home?
Well, we could absolutely use some skins of water to take along with us, but while we're away, if you continue to build up the
Water.
Oh, of course, we'll keep everybody fed and watered. That's what we do.
well, skins of water.
Oh! Well, you know that we are keeping the water. We do still have to keep it rationed because there's only what's left from the boat ride here. So,
There might be something in it
but
for you.
you come back with some really good stock animals, and I'm sure I can talk my dad into looking the other way while we go and inspect to make sure that they're still at the right levels later on.
Your dad seems like a really nice guy. I mean, he sounds
Cool.
like somebody that we would want to meet sometime.
Oh, have you not had a chance to meet him? I mean, he's always here.
See him around.
I guess he has been pretty
it's
busy.
always you that we talk to.
Well, I guess he's always busy in the kitchen, but
Does he have any fun recipes that we might like to know about? Does he have any sources of lore stories about the area or about anything?
well, just probably no more than what you would know.
Okay.
You know, you had more of a historical bent, didn't you? I remember you sang some songs and shared some stories on the trip over.
But I always like to add to my collection of songs.
Oh,
There's
for
always
sure.
information that people have that I'd like to collect, so why not?
For sure.
You-
Well,
We should set up
You
a meeting
you
sometime.
mentioned some meat that you, if you would bring, would be good. But what more we could bring to you, like what we could look for while we are exploring that you would like to have, like for make this place more cool.
oh
you
well,
know?
we are starting to run a little bit low on wood. We've got some people heading up to the jungle that you found and harvesting around the outside there. Don't go right at the noon dark because there's apparently some really bad bugs around then. They've been saying.
What kind of bug?
Nasty bloodsuckers is what I've heard. They sound
Okay.
terrifying. I wouldn't want to be anywhere close to there.
And they come up at noon dark.
That's right.
Okay, interesting. And they're in the jungle area.
Oh, that's what I've been told. That's where where the stories that people have come back with.
Any bug repellent in the general store?
Cool.
Yeah, you can check, but I don't think anything that would be special for
Candles
here.
what are they? What's it called? Those citrine candles.
Oh, the
Citronella?
Citronella.
Yeah.
That's it. There must be some herbal repellent.
certainly we don't lack for
Some-
fire to light
something
such a
that
thing.
I'm sure intrepid adventurers with a keen eye for nature and crafting would be able to concoct, which
Okay,
would be something that would
anyway.
certainly benefit the outpost.
Okay, who's gonna be the candlestick the candle maker?
The
Sounds like
cat,
you don't
the
need
what
to-
maker?
Candle
Something
maker.
I'm serious
So
about.
banter
know what it
continues for a while, and what time is the party hoping to set out
About noon
during
dark.
the day?
A little bit before that.
Remembering that, and also for the benefit of all, 0 of our listeners, that the day cycle here in this world orbiting a gas giant planet on the planet-facing side experiences about 5 hours of daylight from dawn till nearly noon, at which point the sun passes behind the Great Dunia, giving us 2 hours of complete darkness before the sun emerges a second time for another 5 hours of daylight or so before dusk. And during the night, the reflection of the light off of the full face of the Great Dunia provides much better lighting than the midday sun. So the elf is proposing heading out right before the noon dark. Does the party accept that this is when the team is heading out?
Okay with that.
I guess so. I can't see in the dark, but dark doesn't frighten me.
Okay, and is there any special equipment that you're bringing? Are you taking the cart that you had last time?
Yes.
Yep.
Since you-
Torch.
yeah, I would say since you
Are you-
mentioned that.
Yeah, you're lighting the torch as you
Right.
go.
And none of us are light casting. We don't
No,
have any.
I can light
spells,
things on
right? You don't have any
fire
spells.
once.
You don't have any like.
I can light stuff on
The
fire,
spell
too.
person here is you.
Sorry?
You are the spell person.
Am I the only caster today? Oh no,
Yes.
you've got
I
spells.
do now,
Excellent.
Oh, okay.
but I did.
Okay, let's go.
Okay,
Let's go.
so it is shortly before the noon dark. You've got the cart being carried or pulled by the big strapping fire lizard. The rest are all ready to go. And which direction are you setting out in as you leave the outpost?
So the pigs are northeast, right?
The mountains, like there's mountains that you can see just on the horizon. Yeah, to the northeast is where you can see.
That's where we went the last time, right? And we didn't go east, so we went northish.
We have a field, and then a hill. That is to northeast, right?
So yes, if you, setting out in a northeast direction, you'd be going up, like kind of uphill in rocky terrain.
Are we going towards the river?
The river. So remember that the bay that the outpost is on, and this I can quickly sketch for you, no problem. So there's a bay, and the outpost is located right on the shore of the bay. You've previously gone like around the bay, kind of counterclockwise, where there's the big waterfall spills into the bay, taking water from a great river on the plateau, where the jungle is pounding down into
So the river is
into the bay.
east-west?
Sorry?
Not into the bay, the river?
The river flows somehow that way.
Okay.
So from
North.
source somewhere in the north-ish, at least more north than the outlet of where the waterfall is. You haven't followed the river
All the
past
way,
like you could hear it from about a mile or two away on your first adventure, and that's as far towards the source of the river as you've traveled.
We saw the pig before we went across the river.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I mean,
Oh, I know which pigs you're talking about now. Yeah,
What?
I know which pigs you're talking about now. Yes.
Sort of like east, right? That's the one with the wolves on the
Right.
further east of them.
Yeah. So we went north, across the river, and then we saw the pigs? Who remembers? Did we see the pigs before or after we crossed the river?
I remember it was before we crossed the
Yeah.
river. We
Right.
saw
Before.
'Cause
one
after
pig
that,
and
you
some
fell,
wolves
and then there was a
around it.
snake.
Yeah,
Right.
it was.
So it was before.
Was before.
So we want to go north. We don't want to go toward the river. We want to go north and then eastish.
Okay, so that's the idea. Where we didn't went yet.
No, that's where the pigs are. Well,
Okay.
yeah, we didn't go to the pigs. We avoided the pigs. We went towards the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went into the jungle, which led to the river, as you beat your way through the bush. Correct.
Okay, so we're heading north.
Bacon, here we come. I mean,
All right. You travel a ways through fairly rugged terrain. It gets rockier. You're going uphill all the way. The soil's quite poor. The vegetation is really tough, woody, scraggy. Pretty not the most fertile place that to lay down any farms or anything like that. Let's see. You're in the relative dark. How are you holding a torch or using a torch while you're also pulling the cart?
That is a great question, and with
I
my
can help
minus
with the
1 to
torch.
intelligence, I don't know if I'm smart enough to figure that out.
Mine's
I-
under intelligence. That's like intelligence stat is also like your ability to recall information and how well it sticks. You're not dumb as mud for having a penalty to that.
All right.
But you might not, like, if the player has forgotten something, the character probably has as well.
But I can help with the torch. I can go for it together. And I hold the torch.
If somebody else wants to hold the torch, otherwise,
Yeah, I
guess,
hold
like,
the torch.
Yes,
Yeah,
how are you
I help
holding
you.
the torch if you're holding the cart as well?
what I'm just figuring out. So, is somebody else holding the torch, or else
Yeah,
can I
I-
like
I
tie
hold-
it onto the
You'll hold
cart?
it?
Perhaps
Cool,
you'd
I'll
like to
hold it.
buy my helmet candle.
I hold because either way, I use my fists. So
Okay. Wouldn't dare put a helmet on this glorious mane of
No.
feathers.
Next time we are back at the
Isn't
camp,
mane
we
feathers
need to
on
make
your
sure
helmet?
that we rig the cart with a candle holder or a torch holder so that you can put it on the cart.
Does light go far enough to actually be useful though if it's behind me on the cart?
Torch gives you dim light for a good, like, to 40 feet out, so
Okay.
better than nothing.
Yeah, let's stick it on the cart then.
All right. As you're traveling, it gets dark shortly after you leave, and you're making your way. The cart is moving rather slowly as the brute squad is having to, pick their way carefully through the terrain to wiggle the cart through some difficult spots. The sun is nearly back out when Uroroth steps on something that snaps oddly beneath his claws, and looking down, sees like bleached bone under his foot that has been snapped.
What sort of bone? Or
I
just-
guess the wolves ate the pigs.
That
like
is a
pig
very
bone?
good question. The remains are kind of buried in the ground, and had you not stepped on it, you probably would have walked right past it. So let's get a survival check if you wish to investigate
Oh sure.
further.
12.
12? And if investigation's better, you could use that too. But at 12, that's definitely good enough to tell that these are fairly humanoid bones here. Exactly which humanoid species or subspecies is anyone's guess. The bones have since been picked clean, but there are scraps of cloth that do indicate that whoever this was, they did wear clothing. Clothing that is, what you can find has been ground into the dirt pretty, something fierce, and you have to pull it up from under, like, tough grasses that have grown over top.
Okay, so it's that long ago.
Yes, this is not a recent kill.
Certainly don't think pigs wear clothing.
Definitely not, and they're not humanoid either. So.
Unless you're doing ballistics tests.
Mhm. Thank you.
What
okay,
should we do here?
it's only one piece of bone, or it's everything.
No, by digging around, Uroroth was able to find a few more pieces of bone, enough to put together that this was a humanoid species of some sort.
Is there anything else?
Probably
Yeah,
probably bigger than a
Skin
halfling.
points.
So like general adult sized. Oh, we've got
Okay.
some markers on the ground for where I'm centered. Lovely.
How's
I
investigation?
will think that I can take a few minutes, try to analyze, use my medicine to understand.
Medicine check. Fantastic. What are you able to identify?
What is it? Here, plus 4 is 15.
15. Pretty good. Pretty hard to get an exact reconstruction of this creature's untimely demise from what remains there are, but from what you found, marks on the bone that marks in the way this was found in the ground. Probably killed by some kind of cutting, slashing implement, swords or claws or something that left some pretty deep scratches in the, like, there's some noticeable scratches in the bone that is a likely cause of death to you. Like, there are teeth marks from the scavengers, but also some marks that aren't teeth marks that would be some kind of cutting,
weapon,
probably died screaming in pain.
Yeah. So yeah.
Is there anything else?
And I show you, like, you see that mark, so probably this is a kind of clothing or weapon or something that probably this person didn't die well, was very agonizing, but yeah.
Did you detect any poison?
I think that's far
way too
longer
long
than,
ago
yeah,
to detect.
faster, far
Do you
longer
see
than I can
any
detect.
Did you unearth any other, is this a village or is this like just a person that was wandering out in the jungle? So did we unearth any other remains?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
So it's only one person there.
You have found the remains of a single humanoid, yes.
Okay. So I think we should, like, keep
Investigate a little
going,
more.
but
Or we can
with
dig
caution.
him up a bit, see if he's.
Oh yeah,
Let's
we
dig
can.
around a little bit and see if we find anything else that gives us more information.
Do you have
Like if we
any
find money,
digging tools or anything
he
like that
probably
with you
wasn't
that would
robbed.
assist in
Just my quarterstaff.
setting up an archaeological?
Is that for me?
Not
Only
really
basic things
specialized
to
equipment.
grab a little piece of, like,
I've got a garden trowel.
yeah, not
Uh,
that way.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, if you'd like to dig around for some time.
A little bit, and if it seems like we're disturbing anything, and if we're destroying anything, then we will stop. And
Okay, about how much time would you give yourselves for the task?
Maybe an hour.
An hour?
Yeah, 1 hour.
Okay, and in an hour, that'll be like half an hour until the sun is out, and then half an hour in the sunlight, give or take. Okay, so let's get a check then. Investigation would probably be the most relevant one.
What's everyone's investigation?
Mine's 0.
I
Yeah,
got
me,
17.
mine too.
I want to point out that Yoshi keeps coming across on the audio, and he's like, "Is that for me? Thank you." And it's the cutest thing possible. It's super cute.
10.
7. Mine was not good.
10, 7, 17, and
11.
11.
I told you should give him a mic.
As a group, with those scores, as a group with only an hour of digging around, there's nothing else that you're able to find as a relic of the past in this location.
Ooh. Okay. Back to the pigs.
All
Well,
right,
I cover again the body with
Okay.
That would be
some kind of
respectful.
Throw
respect.
a
something,
few
yeah.
blessings, yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
That
could be
adds
a-
another several minutes to
And a
the
little
time.
sign that says
Another half hour or so.
this person was here.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yes. This person did not die well.
Carrying on
Yeah.
into the wilds, the rough lands, you are looking for signs of wildlife. The sun is out now, and you're continuing on just in a northeasterly direction.
Yes, some direction.
No,
With
no.
caution, like looking around. If we see something that looks like an old village or a remaining of something, or something.
Yep.
Because if it has a body there, probably was living around or something.
No signs of trails or anything, right? We're just going over rough terrain. There's
Any trails
no
are
footpaths,
pretty
no
rough.
nothing.
Like, you know,
So signs
wild
of one
animals.
maybe
But
once in a while.
Type trail.
natural, not
Okay.
paved, not something that a.
There's nothing maintained by any civilization. Definitely not.
Okay.
The closest civilization that you've discovered so far were like a small settlement of goblins several days ago,
Right.
who didn't seem to be interested in trail maintenance as one of their leisure activities.
No.
So you continue walking through, and you do eventually spot some animals in the distance. This area is not that great for wildlife. It seems that or you're making too much noise. Who knows? But at the next another hill forward, and you can see that there's something on the hill that is in silhouette.
High on a hill lived a.
What that looks like to you?
Something.
There's a thing on a hill.
A thing on a hill. Animals up
An
ahead.
animal. Let's go towards the animal.
Yeah, but
But-
let's
Are we-
try.
are we
Don't make
upwind?
some
We
noise.
kind
Don't.
of don't
yeah.
want to make too much noise. Yes.
Yeah, we will go.
Stealthy.
Okay.
Perhaps me with the cart will just stay here because I'm not going to be very stealthy with a cart in rough terrain.
Yeah.
I'm not going
The
to be
cart
very
does make
stealthy.
a
Go
lot of
upwind.
noise, yes, as you've
If
been
it's easy.
trundling through.
I'll stay with the cart. You guys can stealth because I've got.
Okay.
I've actually got not too bad to stealth. That's
Oh, I think
Surprising.
you should go with us. The cart is empty, right? What we have in the cart?
We don't really
No,
want to risk the cart being.
Vandalized.
Yeah.
Come back and
I mean, the
step on
goblins
blocks.
came after us for our cart,
No wheels.
even though it didn't have anything in it.
Yeah, so we
Our
could
mags will be
left
on.
the cart in a place here and go for
Okay,
there.
we'll camouflage the cart. We'll leave the cart.
Okay, there's
Cover
not
it
a
with
lot to
leaves.
Chain it
camouflage
to
it
a tree
with.
and take the wheels with us.
It doesn't even have to be both wheels. You can just take like one wheel.
Yeah, besides which, it's not very easy to
Take the seat
run
off.
away with anyway. It's probably pretty heavy. So let's
Yeah.
leave the cart and you come along with us. We
You got
might
your-
need you.
Yes.
Oh, covered cart here. And you
Okay.
Okay, what's you're being stealthy to approach the distant hill. What's your plan of stealth? Like just tiptoe straight in a straight line, or you trying to circle it?
Probably try and flank it.
Flank it or like come at it from the wind direction that my character would know that I don't know, which is the direction that the animal would not smell us.
So you want to be coming from downwind of the animal?
Yes.
Okay, and the winds today are blowing mostly from east, a little bit north.
And we're going north.
Oh, the east. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to approach it from.
Pretty much where we are, I
west.
think.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Pretty much go
So
out.
probably
Yeah.
should be okay approaching from
We
where
were
we
going
are, yeah.
northeast, so we want to approach it from where we are.
Yeah, basically, yeah, from southeast.
What are those?
Mhm. So there's some hill over there, some hill over here with a cart and people. The prevailing wind direction is more or less this direction. And mostly east, a little bit from the north.
Well, I think we should be fine if we approach.
Just go at it. Gesturing
Want to be
vaguely.
on in front of it, if it's facing in the direction that he's drawn it,
Which?
which is its front.
It's just milling about, munching on whatever
Okay.
can get up
Okay,
there.
so
Well,
we are
wanna
there
approach it
going
from
that
sort
direction.
of, yeah, we want to.
So we are going east,
Yeah.
and the wind is blowing from the
From the
Northeast. Sorry, northwest.
Yes.
You said from
west.
the northwest.
From the northwest. Coming from this way.
Yes. So we
The
wanna
arrow
go-
is right. Whatever I said may have been wrong.
Yeah.
So we want to go slightly to the east, and
And up.
we can go north.
North.
Yeah.
Northeast.
Okay.
So we're going northeast, stealthily.
Because yes, you are going northeast. That is the direction that you have said that you are going,
Right.
and the rough direction that you've been managing to maintain this
We
whole
want to
time.
maybe try and get at least one of us to the north, even further. So that in case it runs away, we can catch it from the
I
other
can
side.
go a little bit north.
North?
Yeah,
Okay.
but more to north.
Okay.
So
So
I
we're
will go a little
heading.
bit more to north, and then like
Okay, so you're circling it around this way?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That way, yeah.
Sounds good. And you said you're being stealthy about this, and you're all four going in the same direction?
Kind of ish.
He's going ahead
we're
of
gonna
us.
stop
Yeah.
off.
A little farther.
Yeah, he's going farther. We're gonna stop.
Okay.
I will make
Each
like
of us,
a
like, we
very
can-
long.
All
We
right,
can- we
then
can form an
really
arc
the
that
success
way.
or failure of the plan probably comes down to our monk.
How stealthy you are. You better be stealthy now.
Okay.
You're a monk.
Let's
Monks are quiet.
let's get a nice quiet monk roll.
So was a very quiet one
Yep.
with 23.
Lovely. You managed. Could I also get a little survival check from you? Or nature, either one, whichever one you like better.
Survivor. 20.
20?
Yeah.
Lovely. Not only are you moving with extreme patience, subtlety, and stealth, but you have a very good idea just how close you can get with the level of noise you're making without the pig actually noticing you. So you're able to get very close and, like, with your quiet confidence, know that you cannot take another step without your quarry becoming aware of where you are, and you are poised at that perfect position.
And that is as far as the big.
So, as our dwarven monk approaches, using the scrublands for
Let's approach
cover,
and grab the
rocks,
net from the cart.
scrub, whatever is available.
have a net in the cart?
He is also able to see that on the other side, there's like seems to be a bit of a herd of pigs
Ooh.
in the valley.
Explorer's pack.
Is the second thing that you notice.
Okay.
And the first thing that you notice is just how big this creature is. Like, this thing is pretty massive and is probably up here because it doesn't care that anybody has seen it.
Bigger than our wagon?
Okay.
About the size of your wagon.
Comparing to
Comparable.
my own size.
Compared to your own size, it would be, like, its width would be like you lying down, maybe 1.5 of you as a dwarf.
So
He's-
one would
he's
make a
the
feast
alpha male.
for the outpost.
Yeah. And maybe all of them could kill us. But yeah.
Well, there
Well,
are
we'd
four
have
of
to
us, and
lure
only
him
one
out
of
of sight
it.
of the herd.
It's not one. I
Well-
saw
But are they nearby? Are they all clustered together, or is this
Yeah, I
guy the
saw
lone
it.
guy on top of the hill? The other
This
ones
is the
are
only
there.
one at the top of the hill.
Right.
This is the only one that the rest of the party can see.
So we might be able to get this one without drawing the attention of the others if we can make it.
So how far
Somehow-
I am from
Oh, I didn't
From
have the
me.
right spells.
like feet?
From here?
Yeah.
From the pig, you were quite stealthy there.
No editing,
you're
no.
within 20 feet of your quarry.
Are pigs herd animals like sheep? Like if you find the lead one, you can take the whole herd?
It's a very good question. How's your natures?
Probably not good. Do I know things? Natural 20.
Okay. You don't know much, but about pigs, if they're anything like the ones back home, they are quite stubborn creatures, and though they may travel together sometimes, they're also pretty stubborn and strong-willed and liable to fly off the handle and not come along peacefully.
Cool.
From what you've experienced, a continent and an ocean away. Whether these would follow the same rules is something that you cannot speak to directly.
Okay. So can't count on taking a whole herd with one pig.
Past experiences
Indicate that this is
indicate
probably a
that
bad
is-
idea.
it is unlikely.
Okay, how far are they from where I am?
They would have had to keep reasonably far back for you to get this close. So they are at least 60 feet away, probably a little bit more. Let's call it 80.
Okay. I'm alone in this one for a few microseconds.
Are we trying to take this one alive or not alive?
This is also a conversation that hopefully you've had previously
Yeah.
before
Probably.
splitting up. Because if you're yelling this, that will probably affect what happens next.
Yeah, but
Probably, yeah.
Hey! We want him alive!
I don't think we want him alive. We want him.
yeah, we went
Okay,
for
we're
the
eating it.
tavern, so yeah.
Okay. In that case, as we're sneaking up, we're going to have a javelin ready.
So probably the first move will be mine, and I have to
You
think.
would definitely have action in a initiative round before anybody else gets to react.
Okay. What I will try to do is very crazy, but I will try anyway.
Crazy is good.
Crazy is
We
good.
like crazy.
So yeah, I will go towards it and I will jump in it backs, grab his ears, and turn in the direction that they are.
Okay.
It's good crazy.
I am going to
rolls
roll
for that one.
a grapple check to start.
Yeah. So that
Lucky
I would
roll.
use. I don't know. What I should use.
A
strength?
grapple is it's a strength-based attack roll. It's an athletics check
So yeah, +0.
specifically. So rolling athletics.
So I have to roll. Good. Please. 19.
19. That's higher than its armor class, letting you get up and get on. Very surprising move. It's definitely not expecting that, and it squeals. Squeals. It makes it loud, low grunting and cries of surprise, and does start running. Can I get your handling, animal handling, as a check
Okay.
to see if you can actually accomplish the part of steering this beast the direction you want?
Okay. That will be interesting. +2, so is 3.
3, including the +2.
Oh, yeah.
Which direction were you trying to go again?
Towards the herd, right? Yeah.
Yeah. The pig obligingly goes exactly the opposite direction, ignoring your tugs on its ears, and it is bolting. Let's get initiative on.
Oh no.
Alright, that's nice. You know, I don't know if it has this thing here, but in Brazil they have
9.
a championship that people has to be in over the call or
Bull riding, yes.
yeah, so something like that.
I love it.
Okay, who is under
dexterity, I
10
think?
on their initiative score?
Oh,
Where are you at?
By the time I
9.
pull up a rodeo.
Sorry?
9.
9? This is Chloe.
Did you add your dex?
Nope.
11.
11 for Ellie.
Okay, if it's add your dex, then I got 11 also. Sorry.
Oh, both at 11. Do you care which one goes first? We'll take that order.
4.
4. Okay.
I'm just absolutely stunned by this turn of events.
And you?
17.
And 17.
Oof,
We
God.
have Ulfgar. We also have a few rather surprised, more regular-sized swine down in the valley who are equally surprised. Some of them are scattering, but some are reacting much more aggressively to this intruder in their midst, giving us a few more entries at 19, 8, and 12.
Can you get me those dice?
19 puts us up here. What else did I say? 18,
Thank
19,
How about
12, and 8.
There's one more.
12 puts us here.
Pumbaa.
And I just throwing out some names so that we can identify the leader of the pack. You can, if you want to nickname your enemies, those things can erase really quickly.
Just don't name him Wilbur.
Okay, so as named by the bard.
Hey!
Okay, we have some nice hill here. We have all of our warriors strategically positioned. We've got from here 30, 60, about back here in a nice defensive position, waiting for the pig to arrive. We have Ellie, Chloe, and Uroroth. We have bolting in completely the opposite direction, downhill the other way. We have Wilbur with Ulfgar on the back, and we have 3 rather aggressive-looking boars also in this little depression that seems to have collected a bit more water because there's a bit more vegetation, something that you can appreciate as all these blade-like stiff grasses are slashing at your legs.
Cool.
Pig 1 runs up alongside the big boss, alongside Wilbur, and tries headbutting you with its tusks. Ooh, that was not bad. Does a actions tusk +3 to hit. Does an 18 get you?
Yes. Anything 14 or
An 18 gets you. Oh yeah, let's get those numbers up there. So that is 5 points of damage, and I'd like you to make a strength saving throw, please.
holy shit.
It's trying to ram you right off of Wilbur there.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. 11 was all you needed. So you are holding on to that pig. You're a dwarf. You're not going to be knocked off that easily. Your target numbers are 11 to hit the small ones, 12 to hit the big one. Okay, Ulfgar.
He's still moving.
Oh yes.
Okay, just to make sure. So I try again to change his direction because that's not a good direction.
Okay,
And we're far away, yeah.
Yeah.
I will let you attempt as your action an animal handling. Instead of wisdom for your animal handling check, I will let you, like, are you proficient in animal handling?
Nope.
I will let you make it a strength roll instead of like a strength animal handling, or your wisdom animal handling.
My wisdom is better.
Your wisdom is better?
Yeah.
So guide it with the calmness and stillness that you find within
Because I'm.
to break through to the creature beneath. Let's see it.
Okay.
It's not going to be easy.
I think so. Okay. So was with the plus was a 8.
Plus 8?
No, with the plus was a 8.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's
It's hard to concentrate in that moment, you
This
know,
is-
like to
this is a
think
moment-
in the things that you learn. It's the most moment of that I have
Yes.
to concentrate. Yeah.
This is a moment of non-tranquility.
Yeah.
And the pig is doing its own thing. You
Yeah.
do not have control. Control is an illusion. Speaking of, number 2, also aggressive behavior exhibited by this other male in the midst. It's similarly charging up alongside the big one as it keeps moving through, trying to pound you from the other side. With a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
You're like you're set up.
That is a grand total of 4 points of damage, however.
That's good to know, actually.
And the next news is that you are also shaken. Let's get a strength saving throw to avoid being thrown to the ground.
17.
17 certainly does it. 11 is all we're looking for. Okay, Ellie, Chloe, Ulfgar, or Uroroth, based on the sounds coming at you, things don't quite seem to be going according to plan. Chloe, or Ellie, what have we got?
Move the microphone from your left here, right? Because you're standing
Oh,
across
cool.
the microphone
Ah.
switching sides. And that way, like, you'll be crystal clear the whole time. Except for when you go to the board.
90.
Is this a little bit better?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, we're coming through fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I have Thunderwave and Sleep. I'm gonna go into this. I haven't decided which one to use yet. Can't see Thunderwave.
Ellie appears to be suffering some moments of indecision as the sounds of squealing and grunting rage on the other side of the hill.
Okay, so the other side of the hill means we don't have a line of sight.
Correct.
We can't see what's happening.
You can hear what's
I
happening.
have to run up to
He
them
disappeared
anyway,
over
so,
the. Okay.
Yeah, you
I'm
and
gonna-
you only hear the pig. You don't hear me because I'm quiet.
We hear squealing, so I'm gonna run up the hill and see if I can see what's happening and hopefully help.
Okay.
So how far can I run?
You've got a movement of 35 feet.
Yep.
You can get up to more or less a flat part up here. Right. Did I measure that wrong? There.
And bonus action, bardic inspiration on Ulfgar.
Whoa, that's not securely placed there. Bardic inspiration, Ulfgar, shouting great words of inspiration to our would-be cowboy, pig dwarf, whatever.
Well, if I'm making noise, I may as well make noise with my drum instead of shouting it.
Definitely a good way to do it. You hear an encouraging rhythm that helps you maintain your focus. Chloe.
Well, since I'm too far away and don't have any line of sight, I'm gonna charge over the hill as far as I can go. And
Move.
In around.
Action. Are you readying anything with your bonus action if you have?
Added on. It's added on, right?
the most action out of everything.
All right. We have Wilbur at the helm. And Wilbur is charging in circles in the area, rolling to try to flip you off, bucking, trying his best to get you out. Gonna make a contested strength roll here to see if he can get you off and prone on the ground by breaking this grapple you've got on.
Hold on tight.
So I have to run and you have
Your acrobatics or athletics?
Hold on tight. And does he get...
acrobatics.
You may use acrobatics or athletics to defend against
I
this.
will use acrobatics.
Okay, so this is you, like, as the pig is rolling, you're like log rolling on the pig to come out on top without having like touched the ground. Let's see how you do it.
Okay. And in this case, I can roll twice, right?
Sorry?
In this case,
You do
I
not
can-
have advantage in this situation.
Oh, okay. So it's what is it? Here is 12.
12 beats my roll. Our duo have stomped all over the glen here. Wilbur and Uroroth, Wilbur and Ulfgar are still locked in mortal rodeo. Number 3 is chasing around 2, and as it gets close enough at some point in this charge, it has also made a goring attack against you with its tusks. I believe a 19 hits.
Don't need to ask that.
And how does 5 points of damage sound?
Oh, sound that I just faint.
I guess that is the sound of Ulfgar not holding on any longer, giving us a pig who has finally
Rubbing the hair.
shaken free. Ulfgar is on the ground in this area with trampling hooves and raging boars. Other pigs are scattering in the northwards direction. We have Uroroth.
I have a javelin out, and I'm gonna run up the hill.
Okay.
I only have 30 feet, so I think I don't get as far as the other two.
If you're planning to throw, you would get here with a single move.
And I can't see anything there from there, though, right?
You cannot. You could
Alright.
use your amazing sense of hearing, should you, if you are going to rely on that, to throw with great disadvantage and full cover over the hill if you wanted, and just take a completely random pot shot.
Seems like a terrible idea. I'm just going to continue to run up the hill and not make any attacks.
Okay, would you like to then use your action for another move?
Yes.
Okay. Had a little bit of a head start, so now the elves are parallel with you as they're racing to overtake you. Pig number 1 looks around, still with misty red, bloodshot eyes at these strange interlopers that are like scattering the herd. Sees 3 silhouettes on the horizon, paws at the dirt, and takes off in a straight line towards them, which has him pounding right over your body as it lies on the ground.
Thank you.
That won't be an automatic critical hit, but that will be incidental hit from the hooves, and a first failed death save.
Okay. So, yeah.
Coming up the hill with its 80 feet of movement, and gets to Clotar as its first target. But it's used its action to double move, so it's not ready to attack quite yet. Ulfgar, how is the ground feeling?
I'm not sure. I'm passing out, so.
Let's see what the dice say.
How badly you're passing out.
Don't roll a 1 like you did last time.
A 1 would be very bad.
No pressure.
10.
10 is the minimum that we wanted to see. Success number 1. Number 2 is following the squeals of its friend? Question mark. As it sounds the charge. Ellie.
So all three are within 90 feet of me?
I would say definitely yes. 90 feet would take you 30, 60, 90, well out to there.
I would like to try sleep.
Okay.
It is
Focus at what point?
2.
Focused here.
Yeah.
20-foot radius, right? Is the spell?
It says 20
Or
foot radius.
20-foot radius? So yeah, you could safely put it that 20 feet. You could get either 1 and 2 or 2 and 3 included in
I
your
wouldn't be able
radius.
to get 2, 3, and...
Wilbur 3 and 2? Yeah, you'd be able to get all 3 of those
Okay,
in your area.
I will do that.
And you're casting sleep, so you're rolling dice for the number of hit points that you can put to sleep. If you want a whole bunch of d8s.
Can you give me...
I was being back for a second.
Can you give me d8s?
It's wrong with my voice. So
Oh,
it's
hey.
it's a terrible thing to do. It's not great.
5 d8, so I need 5. I guess we have 4.
I passed a whole bunch of mine there closer to you.
5 d8.
Ooh, what's this?
While you're doing
What's that? Ooh,
There's no popping.
what was
Oh,
that?
like
Get back on.
ours all 0. Do we have any viewers?
Oh, that's what that is.
We have 5 people currently tuned in.
5 people tuned in. Greetings
might
to
be
all
bad.
5 of you.
Okay, the
Some of them
total
are
is how
probably
many
us.
hit points
2
and
people
creatures
here.
is
2 people here. We have 3 people outside the room currently tuned in. This is even better.
Weird. There's
Oh,
even a
I'm
person
not-
in chat.
You're not?
Crazy.
No.
31.
Did they say anything in chat?
Fighting.
Hooray! Currently, not the most epic fight that we have ever had, but it is, maybe it's epic, but maybe not glorious, is the word. Where are we at? We
31.
have Ellie is casting sleep, and your grand total was
31.
31.
Do I get
Starting
to add
with
anything to that?
starting with the one with the fewest hit points, they fall asleep, and that's enough to put number 2 to sleep. And that is also enough to put number 3 to sleep.
But not Wilbur.
Definitely not Wilbur. We go in ascending order of hit points. You have nowhere near enough left over after 2 of them going down to affect
Two
a
is
beast
better
of
than
such
one.
majesty.
So there's 4 altogether, right?
Yes.
Wilbur plus 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
And 2 are
And
now
number-
asleep.
and
It
1
means
is not
that I
asleep.
write
Number 1
the
is not
worst
asleep.
one.
No, number 1 is the closest
The
to
best
us,
one.
and you can melee
Okay.
it. Number 2 and 3
Not
are
to
asleep,
be
and he's lying
hiding,
prone next to
right.
Wilbur.
Like this one stands head and shoulders taller than the rest of the herd.
Okay.
The other ones are his babies.
Bring us to Chloe.
Okay, well, one's right in melee range, so... Oh,
Yeah, you'd have to. Yeah, you need to step up a few feet to melee it
I
as
forget
it's
how-
charging at you.
But I forget how Bardic Inspiration works. I cast it on him.
You give him a die, which can be added to a thing.
Can
and
I
you've got a
do
number of
another?
dice that you can give out based on your level.
Okay.
So if you check your
I think
bard
it's
level,
1 per
I
bard
didn't
level.
have the opportunity to use it.
1 per bard level, I believe, sounds right. And I am 2.
okay. I don't have the bard class memorized, so I'm leaving it up to you to keep track of your.
I remember
your powers.
reading that, and she says it, so I'm gonna.
I think.
Yeah, I'm going back.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
hear it. Or who are you inspiring with your?
Clotar.
Clotar is getting inspiration. That's a d6 you can add to pretty much any d20 roll to improve your odds of doing something. You are
Okay.
stepping up.
yep.
You are hitting the one that's still awake.
Still awake, number 1. Here we go. 17
it's
plus
equal to
5
number-
plus whatever, the 6.
Use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma modifier.
So your charisma bonus, and conveniently we have you up there, is a +2.
Yes.
Good stuff. You have 2 uses of bardic inspiration.
Right. Okay.
Which happens to coincide with your level. So either way, we would have technically been right, or technically been right even if it were the wrong reason.
Yes.
Okay, so your second usage is going to Clotar. Clotar is stepping up and doing what to
22.
the pig? Rolling
Melee.
it and just skewering it as it's coming at you. Divine Paladin, you.
Sure.
22 is definitely hit. Your target number is only 11.
2 and 5. I'm rolling my 2 again
Why are you rolling the 2 again?
because that's the ability that I picked. That's the.
Oh, because you've got like
Yeah, but I got a 2
You got
again
the-
anyway. So
the great weapon.
7 plus 2, so 9 damage.
9 points of damage.
Yeah.
That has really badly wounded this pig, and it does not look very happy at all. This is number 1.
Ooh. What's that thing?
Wilbur.
Did you go? Did he?
Looks a little bit more savvy than the average pig. He resents having been violated in such a demeaning way.
Okay, so maybe I'll go.
Opens by stomping on Ulfgar right in front of him for death save failure number 2, if I've counted correctly. And then bludgeons pig number 3 to try to wake it up, which succeeds automatically.
Yeah. Here?
Bringing
no.
3 back up.
No?
I'm hearing an echo.
Oh, it might be, I think Kirtan has her
One
volume.
of us watching the stream and also playing. That I turned that on.
Pig number 3 resumes its, is a bit groggy for a moment, but resumes its blood-misted, raging look when it sees your silhouettes once again, taking off for the closest one that it can see, which is conveniently Uroroth.
Oh dear.
Cannot reach you with a single move, so takes a double move to just fly blindly into combat.
Cool.
But has no move left. Uroroth?
Well, I had a javelin out, but that's not going to work so well in close combat.
It's up in your face.
So I'm going to switch that out for a great axe,
Okay, drop the javelin, get the great axe out.
and I will swing at number 3 with the great axe.
Okay,
With
1 great axe of violence.
natural 20.
This sounds like dinner. Let's see that damage.
We have pigs.
Okay. 1d6, but that's a critical hit, so I get to roll.
You will get to roll another one.
'Kay.
Great axe is only a d6. Great axe should be more than a d6.
That's what I wrote down. Oh, nope, sorry. This is a d12.
That sounds like a great
That's
axe.
bad. Sorry, I was looking at hand axe, not
Yes,
great
that
axe.
was the good axe. You're swinging the great axe. Let's see the 12-sider coming at.
Let's try that again. Okay.
That's much better.
10 plus 1.
Plus your strength bonus.
So that's 11 plus my strength bonus is 3, 14.
Which is enough to fell number 3.
Dinner for those who will
Yeah.
survive.
Roast pork for dinner.
Indeed. Number 1 is still going and is carrying its momentum into Clotar, who is conveniently away from camera. This is a miss. No amount of bonuses on that is going to bring it nearly close enough.
Yeah, it's.
Ulfgar?
Hearing.
I believe it is a moment of truth.
It is. I can use the d6 for that or not?
A death bardic inspiration is for, it can apply to a save, correct?
I think so.
Creature
And
gains
a
1
death
bardic inspiration
save is technically still a save.
Okay.
So, yes, you may use your d6 on that.
Okay. Because.
And try to die a little bit more gloriously, more befitting of the rousing drumbeat still echoing in your ears as the blood is still trying to pound your way back to
Let's see.
consciousness.
First, without it, that is a 14.
That is a 14. That is success number 2.
I will save this.
We have bases loaded. Pig number 2 is currently enjoying a bit of repose on the side of the hill, bringing us back to Ellie.
Just to
So I've already cast 1 spell.
speak a little bit of flavor, I'm seeing my dad and remember like the stories of the monks saving him and trying to focus on that. And
As you're
Come
trying
back.
to bring yourself back to clarity, bring yourself back to focus. Don't let the blood flow out. Don't let the darkness descend. Ellie?
Healing word. Probably a good idea.
Sounds like
Get
an
him
amazing
back.
idea, in
Yes.
fact. The range on that, I believe, is 20 feet, or is it
That's
more?
what I'm looking at.
If it's 40 feet, you've got it. If it's 20 feet, you don't. If it's 30 or less, you don't. 40 is about how far away we're looking.
Healing. Where are you? 60 feet.
60 feet. 60 feet, you've got range. 30, 60.
1d4 plus my spell casting ability modifier. So
Yep.
1d4
And
plus
you're a charisma
3.
caster, so you'd be getting a +2 to your d4 roll.
3. My charisma is 3.
Charisma bonus?
I thought it was.
Maybe I've got...
No, that's dex. Sorry. Never mind.
Yes, your dex is 3. I see your charisma at 2.
But I got a 4 and 2, so
A 4 and a 2 for a total of 6. You rolled a 4?
I rolled a 4.
Lovely. That is 6 hit points to you. You are still prone, but you do have health.
You live to see another day.
For now.
Bringing us to Chloe.
So, who is back in time?
And Chloe is back in his seat right as his turn comes. Your armor and your natural elven dexterity was enough to keep pig number 1
FB.
from goring you. How do you wish to respond to its insolence?
One more. Sweet.
Your target number is an 11.
12 plus bonus.
That's a hit.
Rerolling my 1. 7, 9 again.
And you've got 1 downed animal.
Second down.
Oh, 1 is down and 3 is down. The second one is still up.
Well,
Wilbur.
Well, there.
yeah. Can you pick up the dice, please? Can you
Let's
get me the dice, please?
take a look here.
Thank you,
Ooh.
baby. How about that one?
It seems to consider for a moment, but not more than a moment. It sees that you are slaughtering its kin, and it goes right back into the rage. It's coming at you, Clotar, as the one most recently responsible for defiling its kind, its kin. Does a 15 scratch your armor?
Just hits. Yep.
Lovely.
Can you pick
That is 2d6
Whoa.
plus 3. That is a grand total of 6.
6.
And a strength save from you. A strength saving throw to stay on your feet.
15 plus 2.
15 plus 2. And yeah, you are good. 13 was your target number there.
Okay.
You get hurt.
We are at Uroroth.
Pig number 2 is asleep and
What's that?
there's way over there.
What are the numbers?
Okay.
Good job.
I
What
can.
What other numbers? Can you roll the dice
Wait.
and tell me the number?
Javelins have.
Let's roll the dice.
How far away is Wilbur the pig?
Wilbur is. Oh, Wilbur charged up and is right up beside Clo. Boom.
Okay.
Roll.
Then I will not take out a javelin. I will perhaps ask Wilbur a question.
You're asking a question?
Axe. Yeah, bad joke.
13's your number.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, we are down here. Ulfgar, your clarity has returned.
Yeah, I saw my dad, and he looked at me and said, "Get up!" And
Okay, it takes half your move to stand up from prone, which you are,
so, okay, then I have another half to use.
and then you have another half that you can use to stagger uphill if you wish.
With
or
the
move
other
somewhere
half,
else.
I can take to the second one, the 2.
Number 2. That would be enough to get next to number 2. Yes, who is asleep?
Oh, he's sleeping.
That is a sleeping pig.
Okay.
That's why it hasn't moved for a while.
Ah.
Which means if you strike it,
It
will
will
be-
wake up. but-
it will wake up, but you'll have a critical hit because it is asleep and it has no way of defending itself.
The critical applies only to one of my hits, right?
The first of your hits, yes. After which point it's coming to its senses.
So when I get to it and I saw it that's sleeping, because I just realized it.
Okay,
So
it happened while you were out, so
yeah, and I stopped immediately. So I left there, and then I go toward Wilbur because that one I can't recognize.
that one is definitely recognizable.
And I say, I'm back. And yeah.
Number 2 sleeping, Ellie.
Number 2 is still sleeping. Wilbur is among us.
There is Wilbur among us.
Wilbur among us. And I've used up my 2 spells, so I'm gonna use my quarterstaff and beat on it.
Okay. 12 is your target number.
So we 4 are around it.
That's the miss face. Chloe.
Okay. 13.
13 is enough to hit.
It is? Oh.
Yep, 12 is your target number.
Where's my 6s?
Pretty much everywhere at this point.
5, 5, 10, 12.
Ooh, nice hit. Wilbur is going to go for the monk first.
Because he also recognized me.
Yes, this is mutual. That is a 18, I think.
Yeah,
Eight-
it is a
18.
hit. It is a hit.
That
Someone
is
has the stream
12 points of damage. How are you
I'm
feeling?
not back anymore.
And
Yeah,
Oh, you muted?
I'm closing it.
Oh.
It was open in a tab that I didn't realize was, well,
Yoshi's screaming, just like, okay, I'm not crazy. I heard that go.
Sorry. And Wilbur is moving away from the these creatures, the big pig stickers, making sure to, as before, stomp your body into the ground as it goes, which will be failed death save. The first once more. At the end of its move, it does turn and look back at you, but those who are in close combat with it may make an attack of opportunity on its way out, using their reaction.
All right. Not with a 2.
Clotar, do you wish to try and hit it as it moves away from you and turns its back?
Oh, nope.
Apparently, foreseen indifference was enough to, as good as actual armor. Uroroth?
Oh, okay. So I got distracted for a second. We're all clumped up.
You're all clumped up. Wilbur moved away and has moved back downhill. It's able to move slightly faster than you. It's about 40 feet away to your 30 feet without using the double march action.
All right. Now I'm going to take out the javelin
Okay.
and throw the javelin at Wilbur. That will be
12 is your target number.
long range.
What's the short range of a javelin? 20?
30.
30? Okay, yeah, it's just past that.
That was so close to a natural 20.
And with long range, it's disadvantage. Not that it maybe matters.
That was the same number, 2. I'm not going to hit anything with a 2.
Okay. Lands in the dirt about 10 feet to the left. As the next round begins, a big shadow passes over all of you. Just a massive pair of wings, body, it just glides over the hill and the small scrubby valley on the other side, or in front of you.
Dragon?
That's a good question. Ulfgar, how are you feeling?
It's passed out again. So
You're down a little bit. You've got a few more footprints in your back. And how's your outlook on life looking?
let's see. 14.
14? That's looking like you want to come back.
Yeah. I
Big
saw
Q
my
is still
dad
sleeping.
and he looks at me and say, "What are you doing here again?"
Ellie.
Do you still have your potion of healing? Or do you have one?
I don't know. You have to check it.
Of mine to bring one? Okay. Wow. Okay, it's that big.
The shadow is.
That's a very big shadow.
We go back to the outpost.
A shadow passes over, yes.
Very bird-like.
Okay, is there... Can I check whether he has a healing potion on him?
You can, yes. It'll be an action to get it out of his belongings without, getting it from his prone pig stomp
I
body.
think it's worth it because we're only 4 people and there's a giant shadow above us. So I'm going to check for healing potion and hopefully...
Yep, you find a healing potion on his body using your action to do that, which is not using your action to administer the potion.
Oh, so
is
that would be a separate action?
correct.
And I can only do 1 action.
Correct.
So I find it and I give it to Clotar.
Clotar, yeah, that would be like a free item interaction between a conscious person.
So... Since
So now
there's-
I have to use my action to...
Well, what else are you going to do now? Fight the giant winged shadow?
No, but the Wilbur's still moving off, isn't he? Is he running off at full speed? Or?
He stopped and turned around and looked at you
Oh.
at the end of its movement. No, that was also before the shadow came.
And you've been down for 2 rounds?
No, it was the first one.
He's only got 1 failure so far.
Yeah, because the damn pig ate me.
That pig does not play nice, nor does he happen to like you.
Yeah, he's
Well,
probably
I
gonna
tried
have
to ride him, right?
It didn't get the relationship off to a good start.
Yeah.
Did we lose our music?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
I don't have a big battle listed yet, so it probably just ran out of songs. And Chloe?
Okay, I'll then, rather than use the potion that I just got, or half potion, I'm just going to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay, cast using one of your spell slots to cast Cure
Yes,
Wounds?
casting one of my spell slots. Huh? And
Oh,
I
also,
need
yeah, as a bard, as level 2,
8-sided.
Kirtana, you should have 3 spells total at this point.
Oh, I thought I only had 2.
At level 1, you had 2. At level 2, you have a 3rd spell slot open up.
Oh yeah,
No, that's a 10.
5 of them and 3 that I can use. Okay, cool.
3. 3 points of health.
Okay.
He's better than none.
Yeah.
Ulfgar is once again pulled back from the brink of
But we
sweet
took his potion
oblivion.
from him.
That's okay. He's the one that keeps going down, so he's the one that's gonna need it.
Fight versus flight.
Okay.
That is not succumbing to fear by any stretch. Ugh. Okay.
So, was time enough for me to see the shadow?
You're coming to, and you're you're seeing this thing pass overhead. The shadow, at least, swoosh over the ground.
That is me.
Wilbur charges the 40 feet between you, closing the distance one more time, and misses. Skids past just a little bit, turning around, trying to take you on one more time. Uroroth.
Let's come around and try this axing thing again.
5, 6.
Oh, that's a better number. That is a 21 to hit.
That's certainly better than 12.
For 9 points of damage.
And then? What's after that?
Okay.
12,
21 so far.
13.
The bigger beast is looking a little bit roughed up. Up to the top, Ulfgar. I believe you are actively not dying anymore.
Yes. So, yeah.
Half movement to stand up.
The Wilbur is close to me, right?
Yes, just on the other side of Clotar.
And I am able to hit him like from the floor, like.
Okay, or you could even try jumping back on the pig again if you wanted to continue that line.
Okay.
Like if you're gonna ride the pig, does still remain an option.
Yeah.
Depending on what your end goal is.
Yeah, I want to try it.
Grapple check.
What, the strength check or the
A grapple is an athletics check.
athletics? Okay. So it's the same.
And you're doing it with the intent to mount the pig.
Yes. 16.
The monk is up. Ellie?
Well, if we make Wilbur sleep, we can tie him up and take all the pigs back, right? So that's because everything else is dead. Pig 2 is
One's still asleep.
pig 2 is asleep.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I might not be able to make him sleep though, but yeah, why not?
And Ulfgar is right on top of Wilbur.
Okay. Let's make Let's make it sleep.
Okay, so you're like casting sleep like in this area, like you'll hit at least Ulfgar and probably Uroroth as well in the radius. Because, well, going up from whoever has got the least amount of hit points left will fall asleep first.
Well, I will fall asleep for sure.
I thought that was only creatures.
You are all creatures. None of you are plants or minerals. You are all creatures.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sleep works against you just as well as against beasts of burden, goblins.
Alright. Well, then I don't want to make it sleep.
So yes.
With rope, can you like tie it
I
up?
have, what's my... No. Vicious mockery?
Absolutely viciously mock the pig to death.
I think I shall viciously mock Wilbur.
Okay. Wilbur must make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save. I believe it is wisdom, correct?
Correct.
That is a failure, without even having to look up. Deal your damage.
It's 1d4 and I currently don't have dice.
Here, have a d4. Ooh, as I throw my own dice.
Thank you.
And it gets disadvantage on its next attack.
2.
2 points of damage. 2 points psychic damage. Chloe.
Okay, 1, am I in melee range, and am I in danger of hitting the
You are
monk
in melee
that's on-
range. Ulfgar is on top of the pig, possibly trying to communicate some idea to you, but it's kind of hard to tell over the squeals, screams, and the crack of his own kind of healed bones.
Well, maybe he's trying to tame it. So I toss him. I take the round and toss him the healing potion in case so he may use it as he.
You had a
pleases.
healing potion as well?
The one that she took off.
Oh,
of-
right, because you didn't actually force feed the healing potion. Okay. Yeah. You're a monk. You're able to catch this, even though it's a bit of a precarious situation. That's what you're using your action for. It's not just a simple handoff on a tame pig, of course. It's like flies through the air, nice arc, grabs it as a pig bucks, and Uroroth.
I guess I'll keep going with the axe and try really hard not to hit Ulfgar.
Okay. If you roll a 1 on your hit, I will send you to the rider.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
Very low chances that happen. That would
Every-
never happen.
You haven't met
Everything
my
is gonna
character
be
in
alright.
my other campaign.
Cool.
That will be a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
See?
Did you?
That is totally not a 1.
Somebody went pee-pee.
For 5 points of damage.
Someone got a poopy in their diaper.
Okay.
Well, he didn't.
Okay.
So I just changed his diaper, but
All right.
he did not go.
Wilbur didn't get a turn before you did
Now,
there.
however.
My mistake. That's okay. Wilbur's going to go after Clotar, because you were the one who
Okay.
bloodied it first, and then get away, bucking and rolling. One of them was a 20. The other one's a 15.
They both hit.
A natural 20 was the first one. So with disadvantage from the mockery, no critical hit. That's 2d6 in our damage roll. That is a 7 plus 3. You are plus 3, right? Yes. 7 plus 3 is 10 points of damage to Clotar.
Still standing.
Still
Yeah,
standing?
Yeah.
With this showing off 20 hit point tanky paladin.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, you do actually. You are the elf with Constitution. There's another elf without. Okay. And Wilbur charges off a good 40 feet, carrying the monk on its back. Is anybody taking an opportunity attack?
Yeah.
That would have been your attack, because now you're too far away from it, so you hit it with your axe. And if you want, you can do something else on your proper turn. Because
Right, so we screwed up. Okay, so
You want to roll
Did-
for Clotar, Kirtana?
Sure.
Assuming that he's still trying to stab the pig.
I imagine so. So
A d20. I believe it's +4 on the to hit. So if he rolls an 8 or better, that's a hit. Okay. So roll your damage, which is 2d6 plus 2.
So 6 and a 5, 11 plus 2.
Ooh, 13.
You
The best hit
should
so
roll
far.
to him all the time.
Do I get to take? I mean, I was close enough, right?
What's that? You were not, or you were in close combat. You did take a step forward. Yes, you can do that as well.
So, 19.
Is a hit.
That's whatever. And it's. I forget what I need for my weapon. It's in here somewhere. Rapier. Oh no, I still have my
You're
staff.
swinging a
So
quarterstaff.
1d6.
So it's a d6, no modifier.
3.
Okay. The pig actually is using ability and shrugs off that hit.
Okay.
Uroroth.
Okay.
Wilbur is looking quite wounded and quite exhausted at this point.
Do I try throwing a javelin and not hitting Ulfgar? It worked well last time. I didn't hit Ulfgar.
This is a ranged attack at long range.
Do you trust
Don't
me?
worry, everything is gonna be alright.
Okay.
You are rolling with disadvantage.
That will be a 10 plus 5 is 15 to hit.
15. That would be a hit.
And with a javelin, that one is the d6. 3 points.
Okay. Describe what happens.
Oh, okay. So, like, throw the javelin and it just perfectly arcs through the air, and as Wilbur's running off into the distance with Ulfgar just hanging on, it just comes down perfectly on...
On his rumpus.
I was gonna have it come down like Ulfgar's here, like the pig's here, and like it comes down on
Cross
like
right in front
on the
of
pig's
me,
head.
like
yeah, like
Yeah.
thunk, and then like
Like
pig
trims a few of the stray beard
Yeah.
hairs
yeah.
like-
that have come loose from being stamped in the mud.
I think Ulfgar is getting used to it because the last time with the snake was an arrow come towards him like and cross this. So
Okay.
We have
You still
vanquished
have
the pigs.
number 2 asleep, and it won't be for much longer. It's nearly been 10 rounds of combat. Are you doing anything
one
to
of
try
us-
to quickly dispatch it, or do something else to drive it
I
away?
think one of us should tie it up while
I have-
it's asleep.
rope. We can tie
Or
it up.
all of
and,
us should tie it up while it's asleep.
can tie it up and drag it back to the cart.
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe we
alive.
can.
So
Okay.
at least we will have
We'll
one
have
alive.
3 dead ones and 1 alive
Alive.
one, and
Yeah.
hopefully they
And
will
pi-
all
okay.
fit on the cart. And we'll
You
all
will be
have to
moving,
help.
like,
Yeah, we'll have to
with
help.
all this, like, moving Wilbur, like, this beast is huge. Kind of a shame
We'll all
that,
help.
kind of a shame that His Majesty has been taken out from this world, but a village has got to eat.
Yeah.
Like, just moving this all the way back to your cart at the previous hill, like, is a lot of work, even for
But we can move actually.
even for Aurora's grace.
Actually, we're not taking
Must-
it down from the hill. We're bringing
We
the cart
bring
up
the cart.
to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Probably
bring,
makes more sense.
Bring the cart in.
Bring the cart.
Still flipping the however
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
however
Yeah.
far you're moving the pig. It's not an easy task. The tied up pig quickly wakes up shortly after you do get it hog-tied. Who's leading it and who's helping? Let's get a some kind of a check to see how well you're able to bind it. To give it one chance to break free with a strength check.
So
Am I tying it, or who's tying this thing?
you're
up?
probably the strongest, so I
Okay.
imagine
Alright.
you.
So you're pulling all the ropes as tight as you can. You get to roll with advantage because you've got help, and you're not doing this alone.
Same number.
Which was
plus strength, that will be a total of 11.
The pig rolls a 12 on
Aw.
its escape.
Oh, rats. Okay, well,
So you tie it up, and while it's while you're loading the rest of the other carcasses onto the cart, you hear a snapping sound, followed by louder grunts and squeals as it shakes off the broken rope and takes off way faster than you're able to pursue.
Damn.
oh well.
So close. Almost the first livestock.
It's okay. 3 dead pigs is good, and Wilbur is enough for 3 dead pigs. So
All
that
right.
makes it 6 dead pigs.
What are you planning to do from here?
Y'all
Okay,
are
how-
helping me push this cart
Well,
back to
how
town,
long-
we
right?
better go
Okay.
back to town.
Yeah,
We're
how
going to
long
take
does
a
it
short
take?
break, toilet break, and rest while we.
Okay. How load is the cart? Like heavy loaded, probably.
How, what?
How loaded?
Loaded.
The stream is currently
Oh,
broadcasting a
Wilbur
really
was
big
as big as the
Yeah.
cart is.
So we should go back.
Right.
That's cool.
Let me grab some
sort of
cheese.